that I wanted to. This is the raw deal. 3-course meals. Yo, what up, world? Welcome back to the Dog Money Sports Show. This is episode 11. I go by the name of Money Marvin. I'm sitting here with my boy Big Chubbs. What it do, man?
Man, my bark sounded a little low today.
Yeah, it sound like you got a little cold or something.
Nah, bro, still getting over that little sinus infection over this last week, man. That's what put us out this week. Kind of crazy.
Bro, that wind almost put me out yesterday.
That wind almost retook me out. Bro. So I didn't think we was going to be here today, but
I almost flaked on you.
I can barely hear you right now, so make sure you talk loud for me.
Come get say what?
Huh?
Come get say what?
Huh? First, how was your weekend so far? I mean, it's Sunday right now while we're recording. Get a little ahead of the game. Our schedule has been all kind of crazy, so we apologize for that. But we still wanted to make sure we got you content this week. So before we get into everything, I wanted to ask you, how was your weekend, brother?
Man, you know,
or how has your weekend been?
My weekend is always blessed. Every time I get to see one, bro, I'm excited about it. However, I was walking on eggshells all day up until about 20 minutes ago. Cashed in on a 5-teamer.
Money pack.
Bang, bang.
Money pack.
Dog money game, baby.
Money pack. Got that money. Count that money.
Cut this part out.
Got that money, man.
You know, I also want to shout out my boy Byron, the Casino B. We've been talking all week about what we liked, and turns out we kind of had similar tickets, but you know he cashed in on a nice little three-teamer today too. So I want to make sure he get his props for that.
Shout out to our boy.
Thank you for always tuning in and checking in.
Absolutely. Other than me being sick this weekend or this week with the sinus infection, my weekend was still pretty good, man. Of course, blessed to be alive, blessed to be here. I was able to catch my son's, I think he has 2 more games after this past Saturday, has 2 more baseball games left. And the boy is balling.
The boy has been balling.
My boy balling, man. We got to put a clip of him hitting his ball.
Whoa! Good hit.
But my boy is out here balling. First of all, he loves baseball. He's inspired by his big god brother, cousin Noah, who is also cold with it. But my boy has been balling. He got the game ball again. Smacked something crazy. And the boy, he be out there shaking him up because he'll start with his left and then he'll switch to his right. He a switch hitter. And he does it on his own.
I think it's dope that he can do that at such a young age.
Man, 6 years old.
I didn't grasp it until I was 12 or 13.
That boy is a 6-year-old giant, and that swing is
wait till the fundamentals
crazy. Man, I got to talk good about my son, man. I got to talk great about him. If ain't nobody gonna talk great about my son, I'm gonna talk great about my son.
His uncle Nate will too.
Absolutely. Shout out to young Cam, out here killing it in the baseball arena. But as far as kicking it into the show, we don't have too much news to go over. The NBA has started, and it has been lucrative already for myself.
For yourself.
So I'm grateful for that. I've been telling you, man, get on these NBA player props.
I gotta give it a couple more weeks before I start hopping into basketball.
You got to get on it now. So, like you gave yourself a shout out to myself.
Yeah, shout yourself out, man. Give yourself some flowers.
Shout out to myself.
What you doing out here, bro.
Shout out to myself.
Tell them what you're doing out here.
Because I've been hitting these straight parlay, NBA parlay player props. Today, it's recording Sunday. I took 2. I took Dame Lillard for 35 and 4.
Cash.
No, take that back. 30 and 4, and then 35 and 4.
Cash.
5. So we talking about cash money.
And what they beat us by 2 points?
2 points. It's crazy.
I took the Blazers money line.
Not even gonna lie to you. I took the Blazers money line too. We're gonna get into that talk real soon. But in that NBA news, Chris Middleton has been out for he's been out this week. He's expected to miss at least another couple of weeks. due to his injury that he's still lingering from last season. Dennis Schroeder, he's out 3 to 4 weeks. Hopefully that does something to the roster defensively. He has a little bit of shots in him, Dennis do. So hopefully he can bring some offense and defense to the team. Nate Robinson, he's undergoing treatment for kidney failure. So prayers up to him on that end. Kidneys are no joke.
Right.
Seen it for a while. Kidneys are nothing to play with. Dikembe Mutombo undergoing treatment for a brain tumor. So prayers up to him as well. He got to tell that cancer, no.
I'm not laughing at that.
Hey, gotta keep your humor, man.
Yeah, but we gonna pray for him,
when you going through that, man, you gotta keep some kind of hope. And so we definitely praying for Mutombo on that end.
Yes.
In the college world, we already going into week 9 next week. So college football
It's
is
almost
already,
time for the playoffs.
Yes, college football is already winding down. If you haven't made enough money or made money off of college football, this is about the time that you should start making money, because now you should know for sure what your teams are looking like.
And bowl season is approaching.
Bowl season is here in about 6 weeks.
About 6 weeks.
Yep. So we're looking good. USC, Jordan Addison, still out right now.
I'm still mad at USC, dog.
Man. That was a beautiful ticket until
the last 10 seconds of
they
the game.
screwed the pooch.
Bro. But you know what? You win some, you lose some.
But if I'm not mistaken, I did tell you I expected them to that would have been their Utah and UCLA would have been their real-time, challenge, because USC they're still working on their defense. Offense is phenomenal.
Right.
But if you can't stop nobody, it comes down to who has the ball last.
True.
And,
bro, Utah ain't no chumps.
of course, Utah
cold.
ain't been no chumps for a while now, man.
Utah cold, man.
We roll into the NFL news. Dan Snyder, owner of the Washington Commanders, he's causing a stir. That man trying real hard not to get put out as an owner. What's your thoughts on that?
He a bum.
Do you think that he has any kind of juice on them to squeeze?
I'm pretty sure he does, because I'm pretty sure they all, they all in cahoots with each
Absolutely.
other. They all know each other's business. But for him to come out that way, it's kind of janky, but it is what it is, man.
And he like the snitch in the movies that he was like, if I go down, we all going down.
Nah, bro, he Judas.
He give him
Judas,
them 30
bro.
pieces, and it's a wrap. It's a wrap. As far as NFL injuries, Carson Wentz.
It's bigger than Nino Brown, baby.
Carson Wentz has been out, and he was out this week. Did Washington win? I can't even remember now. They did. They beat the Packers. What's crazy thing
Taylor
is,
Heineke was out there.
you know
balling.
what? You know
he
what?
never should have got replaced.
I think we talked about this during our show in the preseason, that we thought that Heineke really should have been starter.
Yeah.
Right? But you bring in Carson Wentz.
For what?
Do you think, now that we're here, do you think if Heineke wins the next couple of weeks, right, and produces for them the next couple of weeks and turns this thing around for them, do you think that they just say, hey, Carson, you just going to sit on this bench?
I've already predicted that Taylor Heineke is going to finish out the season.
You did.
I felt like he never should have been replaced.
Right.
I feel like you had something in him and just work around him, because he was winning ball games last year. You put him back in the game this week, he wins a ball game. Granted, the Packers are on a they treading downhill, but still a win is a win. It's not easy to win in the NFL.
Right, absolutely.
But you can win games with Taylor Heineke. Carson Wentz is always you're always on the edge of your seat watching him play.
I'm not going to dog Carson Wentz today just because I don't feel like dogging him today, but everybody should know how I feel about Carson.
I do it.
Other news in the injury, as far as injury sector today, Breece Hall was injured. Hopefully, I know you said it looks like an ACL. Hopefully it wasn't an ACL, because that young kid was balling, man.
Yeah, he's currently undergoing treatment right now, and they're doing tests. So I guess we'll find out tomorrow.
Right, 72 yards before he even got out of the game.
But I ain't gonna lie, I had the Jets on my ticket today.
You was worried.
I wasn't
after that,
even worried about the ticket until he went
until
down.
he went down.
I was like, oh my god! But then you see, like the offense slowed down.
Yeah.
Those field goals from here on, from then on.
Because you know what? The crazy thing is Zach Wilson right now is more of a game manager. Truly, if I'm the Jets, right, I understand that you want to see what your future looks like. So you play Zach Wilson. But I would have kept Joe Flacco going. He had a rapport with them guys. Let him play it out.
I get
and
that.
And let Zach just kind of sit for a little bit, and then pull him out. Because he's still, for all the hype that he's received, he's not showing any of that. Like, you guys are using him as a game manager. He's not showing the arm. Though. He's not showing nothing. He's giving you a flash. But if you're not going to allow him to play his game, why rush him out to the, you know what I mean?
So you say he's like a young Cooper Rush?
I'm not gonna go that far, man. Cooper Rush is a great backup quarterback. Zach Wilson has the potential to be a really good starting quarterback in the league. It's to be seen if he's going to be what they expect him to be. So
I got a question for you since we're on the topic of backup quarterbacks. Do you feel that Cooper Rush can go anywhere else and start? Like, there's some teams out there that desperately need a quarterback. You're looking at the situation going on in Carolina. Who else? Another team that desperately needs a quarterback. I mean, last week we were looking at the Dolphins,
right,
with their situation with Tua
and Bridgewater.
And personally, I don't feel like Tua should be playing today. But I'm not in that medical.
It kind of got me a little worried. I'm kind of like sitting on my heels with Tua.
My last vision of him was him gangbanging on the field. And like that was 2 weeks ago, bro. Man. He's back on the field today.
Come on, man. Hey, Tua's my guy. Played at Alabama, but that injury was scary. I'm not even gonna lie to you, bro. I was sitting there watching that, and it was scary. Like seeing how his limbs tightened up like that and couldn't move. That's scary. You know what I mean? That's scary.
Yeah, bro. But to
answer your question, I don't. Because if I'm Carolina, I just got rid of Christian McCaffrey, sent him for a heap of picks. So what I'm doing right now, even though they won today, kudos to them for beating Tampa Bay, but I'm playing for a quarterback. Honestly, I'm going for a future quarterback.
Right.
The only problem is my thoughts on rookie quarterbacks. I still believe that rookie quarterbacks should sit at least a year, unless it's like.
I don't feel that way about
and then
all
you go
quarterbacks.
Go about 6 weeks in. You know what I mean? Give them a few weeks in the NFL to get acclimated.
I feel like some come out NFL ready.
Some do.
Like you look at
Josh Allen,
or Joe Burrow.
Yeah.
Hell, Dak Prescott.
Yeah.
And we didn't expect to see Dak play.
But the thing is, even with Dak, he had a few weeks at least, right?
No,
it preseason, huh?
Week 2 preseason.
Dang, it was. That's right. So some of them, sometimes it works out, but some of these quarterbacks coming out of college is not really.
Depending on who you got surrounding them.
True.
Like, there's nobody surrounding Zach Wilson right now.
True.
I mean, you had the other rookie, Bryce. He went down today. I'm not sure when he'll come back, but who's another rookie that's out there right now?
Kenny Pickett.
Pickett, yeah.
I mean, other than that, I mean, you think about it though. I kind of understand why it is what it is with Zach Wilson and them managing, because their head coach is a defensive-minded coach. So it makes sense. Slow the ball down. Keep the other offense off the field. Let's win the game. You know what I mean? Work you into what we want you to be. So I definitely understand that. We're going to kick on over to our college review. First of all, I want to say somebody better put some respect on Tennessee's name.
They going to have to.
Man, last week,
they gonna have to.
Beat Alabama. I told you on that previous show, that's the game I was worried about. And
and guess what I did?
You took Tennessee.
Cashed in.
I took Tennessee, too. I ain't going to lie to you.
I straight bet them, and I put them on a parlay.
I put them on a parlay.
I put them on the same parlay with USC.
Man, I put them on a parlay with USC, and that's what screwed my people. but
screwed your
pause. So come on, man. You gotta stop doing this, man. Stop doing this. But somebody got to put some respect on their name, man. Hendon Hooker is out there playing lights out.
He had a moment though where he was just kind of walking around with his head down. I'm like, bro, you have so much time left. Get your head back in this game, dog.
Yeah, I think he was like probably just trying to take it in, like.
But he know he made some big mistakes.
Get it together.
But ain't nobody perfect on this field. You got to have a short term memory to be a quarterback, bro.
Absolutely, especially going to the next level. And speaking of next level, where do you think that he solidified himself as a first round draft pick so far?
It's funny that you asked that because I feel like a lot of these first round draft picks don't deserve to be first round draft picks.
True.
So whether or not I agree or disagree that he should be there really don't mean nothing because once you get there, bro, you got to show up or show out.
Yeah. Absolutely.
Like who you looking at Baker Mayfield.
Okay.
First overall. Bro, Josh Rosen went top 10.
Let's not talk about that, bro.
You know what I'm saying? And I've been telling y'all since he was at UCLA. He was garbage.
Yes.
And he went top 10. He went before Lamar Jackson.
With the college talk, SEC has been pretty much the cream of the crop when you talk about college, right?
Championship.
So you're talking about Georgia. You're talking about Alabama. Now we putting Tennessee in this conversation. Then we go into where do you see LSU in this conversation? I'm
not surprised now because they kind of been playing like whatever the past several weeks.
Lost 2 games so far.
It's always weird to not see LSU in the top 25, bro.
Yeah, absolutely.
Since we own LSU, I'm sorry, we got a question from one of our listeners. Shout out to my boy Josh. Send us a question. We're going to play it for y'all and give y'all a little feedback. So here it go.
What's happening with you, Young Marv? I got a question for you, my boy. Hey, my people down south in the booth want to know if Brian Kelly was the right hire for LSU this year. I mean, I know he got a nice little resume in Notre Dame, but to me, he wasn't the right man for the job. Let me know what you think, big dog. Peace.
All right, shout out to Josh for that question. That was a great question.
Great question.
To answer your question, I can't say whether or not it was a good or bad decision for them, but I'm excited to see what happens because as of right now, he's just playing with the cards he was dealt. Nobody on his roster is anybody he recruited. So, but it gives him time to, kind of get your name out there with these Southern recruits and kind of pick, get your own roster out there and, set yourself up for success.
Absolutely.
And so, I'm excited to see what happens. Right now it's not looking too good for them because, again, they're not in the top 25.
I mean, but they had a good game last week.
But this
Saturday.
This is weird for LSU.
Yeah.
They upset Ole Miss.
True, but Ole Miss is a dog right now, man.
In your 30-some years of life, how many times have you seen Ole Miss as the favor against LSU though?
Not many.
We've never seen. I mean, we don't see that too often, bro.
Not many.
To say that is kind of weird, but it's a new day for LSU, and I'm looking forward to what happens to them in the future, man.
Absolutely.
Shout out to Brian Kelly.
Shout out to him. But as far as my thoughts on that, I would say, I think that. In the beginning, it might have been a little rocky just hearing the news that was coming out of LSU, how he was kind of trying to endear himself to the team, and he was trying to have that New Orleans Southern draw. Like, bro, you are not
trying
that.
To force that chemistry.
You're not that, bro. You're not that. And I know growing up here and then growing up in the South, too, and being around that, like, you can't fake the funk with them.
You can't
man.
fake that.
You can't fake the funk with them.
You come off as a little racist.
You come off as a little racist. Like, yo, just be who you are. You're from Massachusetts. I always say that wrong. So, but that's where you're from. You're from Massachusetts.
Put some money in this
That's who you are. As far as his coaching resume, I mean, overall, his resume is really, really good. It speaks for itself. 269 wins, 98 losses. He brought Cincinnati into the forefront where they at now. Went from Cincinnati to Notre Dame and now at LSU. Never won a big game while he was at Notre Dame. However, he did bring them to the big game. I think he
That's why
kind
I'm
of
excited to see what happens with LSU
Yeah.
starting next year.
yeah. I think that as long as he be himself, as long as he be himself and actually coach them boys up, like he has the cream of the crop as far as recruits go. It's LSU.
Who don't want to go to LSU?
Like, who don't want to play in Death Valley in a night game? That's crazy. That's
still
on my
gotta go to
bucket
one.
list to get to one.
Still got to go to one.
I got to get to one. That's like literally on my bucket list to get to one. So I think as far as him as a coach, if he can just do his job, so far it seems like they're buying in to what he's talking about. So as long as they continue to buy in to what he's talking about, he gets his recruits in, like you said. I do think that going forward, LSU will be LSU again. Yeah. You know, and they just have to be patient with them, and that's really all it is. Going over into the NFL sector. So far, we are, what's today? Week 7? This was week 7, right?
Yeah.
So, week 7. We're not even halfway through the season, week 7. Today, you want some money. Got a game on right now, Pittsburgh, Miami. What's your thoughts on the weekend's game so far?
It's been pretty crazy, dog. The one thing that shocked me was the Commanders beating the Packers.
Man,
And also
I didn't,
the way that
I didn't really see it coming. I saw it close, but I didn't see that.
Yeah, me either. And I didn't see the Buccaneers getting shut down like that either.
At all. They just got rid of CMC. And
No, they got rid of CMC. They got rid of, Baker Mayfield's down.
Right.
Who else did they get rid of? Robbie Anderson.
Right. Forgot about that. And so you got rid of playmakers. Like, got rid of playmakers. One of your guys is hurt. And you lost 21-3
DJ Moore out there by himself.
by himself. They might as well go ahead and
They're going to have to trade him too.
Send
him to Dallas.
Man, please send him to Dallas.
Send him to Dallas.
In the news, they said that they're not getting rid of him or a couple other players. They're just not getting rid of him. But that's understandable. They're young guys, can be core. But with the Panthers, they might be another good 3-4 years away from really competing at this point because now they got to start all over. The NFL has been so unpredictable this year. It's wild. 1 week you got the Falcons beating on somebody, and then this week they getting smacked.
I actually took the Falcons today.
I didn't.
It's
crazy.
They were undefeated against the spread until today.
Man. But Joe Burrow, I knew coming in today, Joe Burrow was going to have some kind of game.
Yeah.
In the first quarter, he had 198 yards passing.
I'm so glad I started Joe Burrow today.
Man, that was a that was a smart play on your behalf.
Let me tell you what Joe Burrow gave me today.
What did he give you today? Why are you pulling that up? What's your
He gave me a 40-piece today.
ooh-wee.
Jesus Christ.
A 40-piece?
Josh Jacobs was balling today, too.
Josh Jacobs was balling.
What, do he have, 3 tutties?
3 of them things and 143 yards. Now,
37 points.
Now
Thank you, Josh Jacobs.
Now what Josh Jacobs just said to you is you're going to pay me. It's cool. You ain't have to give me my 5th-year option. But guess what? I work in this system, and you're going to have to pay me.
And the boy was running so hard today.
So hard.
At the beginning, I thought the Raiders was going to screw the pooch, bro.
I did too. And then they got their acts together. And the thing is, if you look at being that we're talking about Josh Jacobs, if you look at Josh Jacobs right now, and this might have been before today's game, and maybe including today's game, about 490 yards rushing, 3 TDs. That was before today, right? Mm-hmm. He's putting himself on pace to at least hit about 1,250 yards rushing. So his over should clear. Right. Remember we was talking about that early in the season. His over should clear, and it should clear with ease. Honestly, at this pace,
unlike
he
boy,
looks good.
Allen Robinson.
Man, he ain't covering that at all. And
as your boy,
it's sad though
to avoid that bet.
Yeah.
It wasn't fair. I shouldn't have took advantage of you like that.
Let's be clear. You voided that bet because I avoided a bet that you had with me over the phone.
Stop
but we ain't gonna
betting me
go.
when I'm drunk.
Hey, you called me. so don't call me with no foolishness, man.
When I'm celebrating
don't call
wins,
me with no foolishness, man.
I'm celebrating wins. Just let me
Don't
talk.
call me with no foolishness. Now we gonna get into this Tom Brady and Aaron Rodgers situation. Both of them lost today. Tom Brady and them got smacked today, and
No Vaseline.
got smacked today. 3 points is pretty much unacceptable, honestly. And Aaron Rodgers really looks pissed out there. Has really no options. I don't know what happened. I wasn't watching that game. I'm mad because I had a Allen Lazard prop for him to get 60 yards. Boy finished with 55.
I was just about to say because I started him today too.
And I looked at him. It was like still 8 minutes left in the game, and then they showed him on the sideline. Why? Did he get hurt? I didn't see him being hurt.
No, he just got pulled out the game.
I was like, come on, man. Y'all got to be kidding me, man. So, don't rock with nobody on that team as far as props-wise,
But
unless it's Aaron Jones.
It's crazy to see how just losing one person just changed the whole dynamic of your team.
Because he was that guy. You know what I mean? He was
But
that
the chemistry
guy.
that him and Devontae Adams had was crazy.
And it boosted the other guys.
It was possibly the best quarterback wide receiver tandem in the NFL.
Yeah, no doubt.
And I hated playing the Packers. I can't wait to play them again.
No doubt. Because like now he looks lost out there. Honestly, he's like, yo, who gonna catch this ball for me? You know what I mean? So with him and Aaron Rodgers, both of them older in the game, both of them on their way out. Maybe one of them should have been out. Maybe both of them could have been out.
One of them was out.
One of them was out and decided to come back. Said, F them kids and my and my wife. But he came back. Maybe not looking like a smart decision at this moment.
Should have stayed with your family.
Do they look checked out to you?
I feel like, in a sense, yes. But you see they really out there trying.
Yeah, they're trying.
They're not going out there and just shit in the bed, bro. They just outmatch every week.
Because they're competitive still.
Yeah, they're still competitive. They're just outmatched.
And the thing is, if you look at both of them, you're talking about Aaron Rodgers just signed that big contract. Tom Brady came back out of retirement. Tom Brady's line is a whole new line. I think he might have one person on that line that was there the last 2 years while he's been there.
Bro, you might have one person on that line that was there before preseason.
Man, seriously. And then you got Aaron Rodgers on the other end, who he still has Aaron Jones, but that ain't gonna get you deep threat. Aaron Jones out here catching balls like he a wide
Jones
receiver.
Is out there balling, dog.
I'm like, yo.
Okay, since we on Aaron Jones, I have to say this since Josh gave us a little respect or some love and sent us that question. We dogged him for picking Aaron Jones first in our other fantasy league.
Okay.
Laughed at him for days. Looking like a great pick right now because he's out there balling every week.
It's kind of how like Casino B did with me with Jalen Hurts.
Yeah, and you undefeated.
That's all I'm gonna say.
Casino B. Can we post a bet now?
No. We still got time.
All right.
We still got time. But we still got time. But
B, get ready to pay up, bro.
Do you see them, retiring at any point at this point now?
Yeah, Tom Brady he's done that.
He's done.
Yeah, he's done that.
He's gonna go ahead and say, you know what, I'm gonna take that check that y'all trying to pay me to be a broadcaster and let's go ahead and do this.
I won't be surprised. What's old boy name that retired at halftime?
Oh, that was Vernon Davis's brother.
Bro, I would not be surprised if that happened.
Yo,
but you know what? With Tom Brady's legacy, he's not going to do that. He's going to finish the year out. Hopefully, he finishes the year out with no injuries.
Right.
And hopefully, he can, I pray that everything works out with him and his family because we don't wish that upon nobody.
No, absolutely.
I hope he can make it work if that works best for him. However,
right.
You never should have came back, bro.
Never should have came back. But you know what? That's kind of how and not to go into the NBA just yet, but that's kind of how, Michael Jordan kind of played out. It's like, you have to make that decision when you are the guy and you've been great for so long. Do you leave out on top, or do you stay in too long to where now the game done kind of slowed down for you, and now
I felt like Brett Favre made that mistake too.
Yeah, absolutely. But it's been a couple of players. Yeah, no.
He don't get no love on the
No,
show.
absolutely. It's been a couple of players that allow that does that, and then you see some players that's like, you know what? Let me go ahead and check out while I'm at my top, at my peak. Still,
Yeah, you got your health.
I got
you
my
still
health,
got your mind,
my
your
ring, my money, my family,
and respect.
my respect. You know what I mean?
I don't think Tom can do
The
anything
accolades.
to lose his GOAT status.
Not at all.
I hope he doesn't.
No.
But yeah, you gotta hang them cleats up, bro.
Yeah, because this year is not this year.
And
is
it's not that he's incapable of being good. The team isn't.
Yes,
and it makes no sense to put your body through that.
Yeah, it's a team sport for a reason.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? And this year, if any, has showed you that he's not invincible to having a bad O line.
Right.
You know, before we exit out of our NFL talk, I don't think we gave the NFC East enough credit. Our division is the best division.
The
in
best
NFL
division
right
in
now.
football right now.
Right now, the best division in football. The Eagles are on the bye week this week, 6-0. New York Giants 6-1 today after winning. We are 5-2. Washington 3-4.
So this reminds me of a question you asked on one of the earlier episodes.
Okay.
Is there any teams? I think it was 4 teams you threw out there who can go from worst to first.
Mm-hmm.
So it was I said the Giants in our division. I think you asked about the Ravens in their division. I can't remember exactly what the question was, but I remember saying that if I said Daniel Jones ain't no bum,
Right.
and I said if what's the running back?
He got
If
a good
Saquon is
coach
healthy,
now.
if Saquon is healthy, he can turn that whole team around.
And Daniel Jones has a coach that believes in him. And
I like that coach. I don't like that
Ryan
team.
Dable is.
I do not like that team, bro.
They
but I
need
do
some
like that
receivers,
coach.
but man, that team looks pretty good. I
What
ain't
they
even
gonna
gonna
do
lie
when
to you.
back?
I don't know if he makes much of a difference now that he's older. He'll be a guy that can.
If he go out there, they need a deep threat.
Yeah, but
Then they'll be like solid.
But I think they're gonna have to build through that draft still to get that team up to par like they should. All respect to them, you know. Philadelphia, again, like I said, they did have the second easiest schedule in the NFL this year. New York is down there too. I want to say they might have been number 1. So that benefits them. But still, we didn't see what they're doing. We didn't see that happening at all.
I just knew that if they
I
were
saw
healthy,
that
they
with
were gonna
the
be okay.
Eagles, but not the Giants.
Nah,
you know what I mean? And we didn't put enough respect on them. But how about them Cowboys?
How about them Cowboys?
How about them Cowboys? Going over to the NBA. NBA season
not
kicked
talking
off.
Dak?
We're not talking Dak.
All right, we'll wait.
I want to talk Dak right now.
We got the dub. I'm cool
We got
with
the
that.
dub. That's all that matters. We'll talk about Dak next week. That next week.
Say less.
You know what I mean? We got to see what he's looking like again. But going over into the NBA review, we have been at about a week now, a little bit under a week because the season started on a Tuesday. So far, it's been some great games on. It's been a few blowouts,
And then there's the Lakers.
and then there's the Lakers. It's frustrating to watch the Lakers play.
I stopped already. I bet against them today.
Let me tell you, the only reason I've been watching the Lakers games is because I have prop bets on players that they're playing against. I need to see that money cash.
Right.
Like at this point, it's like, let me watch this because I want to see this cash. And it sucks, but my money is my money.
Right.
You know what I mean? And the Lakers,
Hey, the money come for all that, bro.
Man, straight up.
I bet on the Blazers with no hesitation.
no hesitation, because you knew it was Dame time.
I
today.
knew what time it was.
It was Dame time today, and you knew what it was. And the crazy thing is, the build of this team is just, you know, they won the championship 2020. I believe they had a really good squad at that time.
They had a great squad.
All they really needed was maybe another shooter, another 1 or 2 shooters, and that's it. You know, get you somebody low key that's another good shooter, and that's it. How do you dismantle that team and put out this? You know what I mean? All these years you've ever watched us spectators. We ain't even in the NBA circle. But us spectators know that LeBron James is a ball-dominant player, and he needs shooters around him. Anthony Davis is not the best shooter, but he's a playmaker. But he always hurt, too.
I got a lot to say about Anthony Davis, dog.
Every time that man goes up and falls, you think it's over. The season is done for him.
That boy,
Every single time.
his legs made out of Cheetos.
I think Cheetos is sturdier than that man's legs. That man's legs is made out of Lay's,
Bro,
sour cream, and onion.
Every time he jumped, my heart dropped, dog.
Every single time. Like, you be sitting here like, oh, don't do it. don't do it. Please don't jump. Just take a shot. Don't go for the rebound because you might not make it up from that baby-sized jump. You know what I mean? But it's like, please don't do it.
I don't know what to say, dog.
Like, the team was built terribly. From the beginning, as much as I like Russ, it was a bad fit. Russ is not and has never been a true shooter. He's a playmaker because he gets to the rack. Right. But he's a ball-dominant person. He needs the ball in his hand to facilitate. He can't do that. Right. He can't do that with LeBron out there. He can't do that with AD out there. Like, that whole team is made up of past all-stars and all-stars that, like, it's like just going and saying, let me get the best player here. You just got the best shooter, and the best shooter. But the problem is he need the ball, and he need the ball. It's one ball to go around.
All right. So I got a question. Because we've seen him when he's been the focal point of their offense or their team.
Right.
MVP season, averaging triple doubles. I feel like when he does leave the Lakers, his career won't be over when he leaves us. However, he can still go somewhere and have success.
Yeah, absolutely.
He just can't be here because it's too much surrounding him.
Yeah, it's too much.
So, my question was, do you think he can go somewhere else and have success?
I definitely do think that he can go somewhere and have success, but it has to be the right place.
It just can't be in LA. He got to go.
He needs to be around people that can shoot, number one, because he's not a shooter.
He can shoot, though.
He can shoot.
He just can't shoot.
But he's not a shooter.
he can't shoot in the Lakers uniform.
He can shoot, but he's not a shooter. Yeah. You know what I mean? I think he definitely can have success because he still plays hard.
Hall of Fame career.
He's
not the last
record books. He still plays hard. He goes out and plays hard. He just can't shoot. He can't make nothing. Right. I do think it's part of the atmosphere, part of the doubt as a player. When you are talked about so much, when you hear so much negativity and you just, you get the brunt of everything, like, it's not just his fault, but a lot of people make it about him and it being his fault. You know what I'm saying? So, as a player,
somebody, bro.
Absolutely. And they're not going right now. And they're not going to blame LeBron. They're not going to blame AD. They're not going to blame,
I'm blaming
you know what I mean?
For a lot.
But they got to blame somebody. And the thing is when you take on all of that, after a while, you just kind of check out. You know what I mean?
Right.
So I think it would be great for him to get out of there to revive his career. And because you can see, it looks like the fun is sucked out of him. You know what I mean? Right. So, real quick, want to go into your quick predictions for NBA Finals. I feel like the NBA is pretty wide open this year.
Yeah, I can't give you a
just a real quick. It don't even got to be just a real quick. Who you think?
I'm thinking the Bucks. Still, the Bucks.
Coming out of the East?
Yeah, coming out of the East. Coming out of the West, man. Clippers. Can I give you 3?
Boo. Did you just say the Clippers?
He don't have a microphone. Don't talk until
you... Man, you just said the Clippers. Don't you say that.
You know what? Go sit in the corner.
He already in the corner.
But Clippers are somebody to talk about.
They are somebody to talk about. I mean, it's not a
if they can stay healthy,
It's not a terrible decision, I guess. I guess it's not a terrible decision. I guess. But you say Milwaukee coming out of the East. Who you think coming out of the West?
Golden State.
Okay, Golden State. Give me a long shot out of the East.
Long shot?
Or give me a someone that, you know, that you think could be a sleeper coming out of the East.
Like a deep playoff run?
Yeah. You got your hand up in the corner?
Yeah, let me hear it.
Go, man.
You want to talk today, so go ahead and talk.
Cleveland.
I got to see something. I got to see something.
Hey,
They got a
scrappy.
team.
Hey, you know who else kind of scrappy? The New York Knicks.
Yeah. Yeah.
I want to see it like open up like mid-season. I want to see what they're going to be looking like by the time the break come around.
Okay. Mandrew says his long shot is Cleveland. Deep playoff run.
My long shot going to be the Knicks.
Okay.
But Milwaukee might win that.
So what about the West? Mandrew, you're West.
All Golden State.
Deep shot.
Golden State.
Golden State, and that's it?
Yeah, that's it.
Okay. So you say Golden State too? That's it? Come back to you. So I'm
No
gonna
love
say
for the Celtics?
I'm gonna say out of the East.
Yeah, no love for the Celtics?
Out of the East. I'm gonna actually say the Celtics.
They don't got a coach.
They got a coach. Young guy. He's pretty good. They still playing.
he got me down last week.
Last 2 games.
Yeah.
I'm gonna say Boston is my favorite to come out of the East. Long shot.
Memphis.
Outside of Boston, I can see Milwaukee, I guess. You know what I mean? Their team is still built to win a championship. So
What about the
I would
West?
say Milwaukee. Out of the West,
I meant to mention Memphis. since
out of the
you're still
West,
thinking.
I'm gonna say Golden State to get back, but truly, I think that New Orleans Pelicans might mess around and dip up in that thing.
They gotta
Pause.
stay
Boys looking nice right now.
They
New
gotta
Orleans
stay
gonna
healthy.
dive up in that thing.
Here y'all go with
I'm
these
about to die.
sexual rigmaroles, man. What's wrong with y'all today?
Nah, New Orleans gonna make a play.
They
And
just
I
gotta
think
stay
they-
healthy, bro. That's
Yo.
the only issue.
Zion looks really good.
That boy looks strong out there, bro.
He looks really good. He took it personal that they was talking about his health and how he sucked in.
And his weight.
Man, he looks good. And I'm gonna say New Orleans as my secondary to Golden State. Who was you saying, Mandrew?
Either Denver or Dallas.
Ooh, Dallas
I
or
like those.
Denver? Yeah, I could see both. Honestly, I could see both. And before we get out of here and stop talking about the NBA, I do want to let you guys know again. NBA has a game on every single day.
Every single day.
So if you're trying to make money, this might be a good time. NFL, NCAA, it's a little bit hard to kind of figure it out. You got a whole week. But NBA, you got a chance to make money every single day. So what I would say is get you an app, preferably if you're in Vegas or something, Boyd, where they have player parlays or wherever you can get the player props. Get you an app, follow you some guys, try to figure out how they play, do your research, and do some player props. We're going to start giving out player props now, every day. We want to start building our content up. It might not always be a video. It may be just a picture and a little description. But we want to just give out some free plays. You don't have to follow them. It's fine. We're not going to win them all. It happens. It's
Hold at
betting.
your own risk.
Bet at your own risk.
But if we
Don't-
making money, we want y'all to make it with us too.
Absolutely. So don't be tripping if we lose. Sometimes players mess up. And sometimes you go on a cold streak. But
Sometimes the sun even shines on the dog's ass.
you know what I mean?
Shine don't mind today.
And you a dog.
Dog.
But other than that, hey, keep sending us your videos. Keep sending us your questions. We do appreciate that. Let us know how we can get better. Anything
Man,
before we
thank
out
you for
here?
everybody who's been interacting with us. Thank you for all of our listeners. And like I always say, man, tell 10.
Tell
a friend
10.
to tell 10.
Tell a friend to tell 10.
Dog Money Sports Show,
That
baby.
Dog Money Sports Show is in.
And when you smell that grass.
When you smell that grass, I can't smell right now because my sinuses is tripping, but you better wipe yo.
Thank you. Love y'all.
Peace.
Peace.
Dog Money. Love y'all.
It was all a dream.
I eat sardines and crackers. When I come through, I be snapping, papping, peeping like watch. When I come through, I be popping.
I be popping like some pop rocks.